this is my review for Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, the double whammy of the Kill Bill films. So, what are my thoughts on Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2? What are my thoughts on the Kill Bill movies? Okay, let's get to what I think about the Kill Bill movies. I love them. They were just great, funny action, comedy at times. I just said funny comedy, funny, dramatic. Once again, told out of order, but less. I still prefer Pulp Fiction, but I think the out of orderness of it all makes more sense than Pulp Fiction. That's part of the charm of Pulp Fiction. It makes no sense. Like, I like to think of Pulp Fiction as kind of like a not spoof movie, but it's kind of making. I think part of the idea of it being told completely out of order is part of it. You know what Pulp Fiction feels like is it takes a journal. Picture this. It takes a journal of like this day in the life of a mobster, and it bumps it, and the journal falls down, and all the pages get mixed up, and they just pick it up and then edit and then just publish it. That's kind of what Pulp Fiction feels like. It feels like someone wrote a great story, then was walking with the notebook in hand, bumps into someone, the notebook falls, all the pages get mixed up, pick up the notebook, here you go, publish the movie. That's kind of what it feels like, or publish the book. That's kind of what it feels like, but in a good way. Like, that's almost part of the charm of it. Whereas Kill Bill, this narratively makes sense, where you see, boom, what happened in the past. Boom, now you see that character in the present, where Kill Bill's, or Bill, or the bride, or Beatrice, whatever you want to call her, goes to kill him. And it's a simple story. Boom, one girl, the bride, is going to kill her targets. Boom, boom, boom. I do count Kill Bill as two separate movies, because the way I view movies is not a movie. Okay, here's the thing. A story is bigger than a movie. A movie is smaller than a story. The story of Kill Bill takes place over the course of two movies. But I think some people try to think the movie is bigger than the story is bigger than the movie. In a trilogy, I don't count the original trilogy as one big movie. I count it as one big story. Story is bigger than the movie. So Kill Bill, it's split into two different movies. So when I count it as every movie I've seen in a particular year or a particular month, they're two different movies. Yes, one overarching story, but story is always going to be bigger than a movie. If I were to review episodes of a TV show, I'm not just going to say, well, these two have the same story, so that they're the same episode. No, they're not the same episode. That's the same thing I feel about movies. Story is bigger than the movie. So, in a sense that stories might take place of multiple movies, but multiple stories don't take place, I count this as this. I say stories could take place over multiple movies, but multiple movies don't lead to the extension of the story. Story comes first, how many movies or whatever comes second, in the sense that the story's the big picture, how many movies is the smaller part, same. So I count the the Mockingjay stuff, the Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. They're one story, but two different films. So that's just how I see it. So I count these as two different movies, but I'm gonna review them together because they're practically like, I'm sure like Quentin Tarantino practically just probably dropped a needle and said, wherever it lands is where we're going to end Part 1. Boom, end there. So it's one big story. It's not like there was nothing about Part 1 that said it's its own thing. Obviously, it's not. They didn't kill Bill. So I'm going to review this right now as one story, as one overarching story. But when I rank, the movies of the month, I'm not going to say Kill Bill is one story. Because I've seen when someone would rank Quentin Tarantino's movies, they'd rank Kill Bill as one movie. No, are you ranking Quentin Tarantino stories, or are you ranking movies? Because movies is one thing, how many different stories is another. Because you could say, yeah, he directed 10 movies, or whatever. But when really he, you know, or sorry, you could say he directed 9 movies, but when really it was 9 stories, 10 movies, and so there's a difference. But anyways, back to the actual film. Yeah, it was just so satisfying. It's satisfying. That's another big thing about it. It's satisfying to see, you know, Kill Bill. It's satisfying to see the bride kill Bill, but specifically individually, each and every person who did her wrong. And you see the flashback, you see what happened at the wedding. You learn so much about this character throughout the movie. Like at the beginning, you just see, oh, someone's out for revenge, but then you learn from not only she's out for revenge, she was pregnant. Not only was she pregnant, she had an affair with Bill. Not only was she pregnant and having an affair with Bill, she worked for Bill, and not only that, you learn into who she was married and who she was, and you throughout this action-packed, hilarious story, you also learn who this character is, and you learn, her, growth through the story. So, anyways, stay tuned for my videos, and just I loved those Kill Bill movies. Yeah, they're good. They're really fun, blockbuster, fun Quentin Tarantinoism. Like if Reservoir Dogs was Quentin Tarantino's take on mobster hitman movies, and Pulp Fiction was his take on what would I say that his take on crazy movies, and this is his take on samurai films, samurai, modern Western samurai films. So anyways, stay tuned for more videos coming tonight.